But I tell you how excited I am to see all of you and how pleased I am that you have taken time out of your life, out of your day, to help us solve this problem so that we can work together. Hope I'm doing this right. There we go. ALCOSAN was formed to protect public health. We can't express that enough. Prior to ALCOSAN, only 2% of the sewers did not go into rivers and streams. I'm old enough to have played in some of those rivers and streams. And we treat up to 250 million gallons of stormwater daily, which means that protecting the public health and cleaning the environment is at our core. We are green by mission. We do more environmental cleanup every day than most agencies do in a decade. And our workers are very proud of the protections they provide for the community. Our workers, frankly, take some risks. We take what you don't want. So one of the first things that happened when I came here, when I was going through the process of becoming an employee, I was offered hepatitis vaccine. And having been a medical provider in the past, I thought, ooh, this is serious. This is serious work. But it's work we're very dedicated to, and we're very proud of what we do for the community. So that green by mission, also because of ALCOSAN pride, we're green by choice. We add green wherever we can to increase the environmental benefit of everything we do. We have 2 LEED certified buildings. You're in one of them. And those buildings combined divert about 30,000 gallons of stormwater a month into our use as gray water. So go ahead, make a direct deposit, use our bathrooms, and we'll be flushing with gray water. We have green and white roofs. We reuse the energy from our incinerator, the excess energy for steam, to heat many of our campus buildings. There's porous pavement out in the parking lot. We have rain gardens throughout. We just set up a bike service station at the end of the trail on our property. So if you're a biker and you get a flat tire or need to fix something while you're on the north side trail, just come to our service station. We're actually, Bike Pittsburgh named us a bike-friendly business and organization. We use bikes to get around the plant, and many of our employees, especially in better weather than this, use bikes to get to the plant. We were the winner overall last year for the Green Workplace Challenge on saving water. And we're going to try to beat everybody again this year on the challenge. And our open house is, for 4 years running, been declared a platinum level zero waste event. No one has ever gotten platinum before in this region. So when we have 2,500 people coming through and we're feeding them and we're giving them things and everything else, you don't necessarily see everything we're doing, but we know exactly what's happening with every bit of waste. We have a plan and we follow it. It means that we have to put in a lot of extra time, but we do it. Now, we've been investing millions in greening our communities already, beyond what we do to green our campus. We leveraged $12 million of ALCOSAN capital funding to secure over $16 million from various governmental agencies that we had project partners pay a smaller share. That means we've invested over $40 million already in green infrastructure projects. Some of them we're still building, like Shenley Park. If you've been to see what's going on in Shenley Park, we are the largest contributor to the finance of that, and we've got staff there helping organize it. Some of the things that are on the list, we've actually done more than one project with folks. So we are working hard to incentivize green energy or green infrastructure throughout the communities. Within the legal issues that we deal with in terms of what money we can use, we are under strict prohibitions about using money for facilities that are not owned by ALCOSAN. But we are trying to be very clever in figuring out how we can mix some other money in there and make it all work. Every technology we use, regardless of color, regardless of how you define it, works toward the same goals. The expansion of the sewer treatment plant will mean fewer overflows. Putting in bioswales and rain gardens will work toward fewer overflows. All of it will mean cleaner rivers and streams, healthier communities, great jobs and infrastructure in our communities, and build our recreational opportunities along the rivers, and overall improve our regional economy. Pittsburgh is going to be a even more attractive place to move to. I worked with some of you in the past whenever we worked to create the policy and the funding to bring wind farms and solar panels to Pennsylvania. Hasn't been that long. We recognized when we were building those that some of the components were not necessarily green. We used a lot of steel to build wind farms, but we recognized that steel absolutely was necessary in building those wind farms. And we also recognized by bringing that green technology in, we were able to expand our economy greatly. We helped bring Gamesa Wind Company in from Spain. They built a plant in Ebensburg with United Steelworkers building the steel. And those were great green jobs, even though we're not actually doing green as we tend to look at it. So all technologies go toward what the final outcome is. And we're going to need to have both, and we're going to need to work together. Now, we are going to be creating hundreds of new jobs. And they will be along the spectrum of jobs. Some of them will be entry level. Some of them will be specifically skilled and construction workers. Some of them will be apprentice jobs. And every time we work in a community, we know from economists that there will be throughout the region, $3 and $7 billion of investment in communities. Not our investment from the workers being in there, the things that are purchased, everything from the lunchrooms, the different restaurants in the area, to people moving into the area to work on jobs and to live here. That's actually a very low number based on economics, but I wanted to make sure that you knew there is an addition to the cost, which is a serious cost that we work very hard to reduce and to make as affordable as possible. There is a huge upside to the plan and to all of the green and gray facilities that we'll put in. We're part of your community. We are the community, and we are out there in so many ways. Meetings like this and public outreach, these community discussions, and we're going to be continuing them after we have the final negotiations. Municipal outreach. We're going to be negotiating with the municipalities, with the plan, with their part of the plan, with our part of the plan, as we regionalize the trunk sewers and begin to take those over from the municipalities. That will involve negotiations. But we're also out there when the municipalities call us and say, can you come and help our constituents understand why there's a difference between the two different kinds of sewers, and why we have to do something from another municipality that has a different kind of sewer, what people can do, what kind of municipal laws are possible, anything that the municipalities want, we're available to them, and we will send out speakers. We have a speakers bureau. I'll show you how to get to us in a minute. Scholastic outreach is just a wonderful way that we're in the community. We're in every school district in the region that we serve. We provide academically rigorous teaching within the schools, and we provide teacher training. We also are part of the Pittsburgh Pipeline Project, which works in low-income areas to move people into skilled work that does not require an advanced degree, like welding, various kinds of construction. We are doing that outreach to create those workers of tomorrow and to equitably share the jobs and share the future with everybody. We have various things going on within the schools and within the students, but one of the things that's really my love is the summer science program. Pretty much the second we announce the summer science program, it fills up. And it's primarily for older elementary, middle school students. And they come in not quite knowing anything about their future, their lives, and certainly not really sure that they want to do the sewage thing. And they leave ready to start STEM careers in many ways. It's just kind of marvelous to watch this happen with I've been able to talk to some of the kids who've gone through it, and they tell me how important it was to be able to do science themselves and to learn about the science and to see the future. We also have plant tours, which I'll be happy to set up for anybody who hasn't been on a plant tour. It's really very, very interesting. I learn something every time I go with the experts on a plant tour. And we do them during our open house also. Now, don't call me during slip and fall season. I'm not going to bring you into the plant whenever it's icy. But we'll be happy to arrange plant tours, and we have students coming through on plant tours all the time. We also have what we call our Seok advisory system. Again, as a public health organization, this is part of how we alert the community to what's going on in the rivers, and so that they can make decisions about their health. You can receive alerts when there's an overflow. You can receive them by text, you can receive them by email, they're on our website, and also our workers go out and put up those orange flags on certain parts along the river so that boaters know what's going on. We will put them out whenever we have evidence of overflow. Then there's a second alert whenever the overflow has stopped. And then 48 hours after the overflow has stopped, you'll receive another notice from us that we're in dry weather situation, which means that you could feel more comfortable swimming and being involved in water sports. It's a valuable experience, and I urge you to subscribe to it. And the interesting thing is, since we've been making a lot of changes around the plant and improving our system, we actually go out of overflow much faster than we used to. And as Arletta said at the beginning, we're in wet weather right now because we're in a snowmelt. And we will be. If it melts all at the same time, we're probably going to be in overflow. You won't get a Seok advisory, though, because we only do that during the summer recreation season, because it shouldn't be in the river. We shouldn't be trying to swim this time of year. And of course, there's our annual open house, which is award-winning. We are now becoming the experts on sewage treatment plant open houses. We are being contacted by other sewage treatment facilities to say, how do you do this? And they've come in to see what it was like, and they're so excited when they see it, because our staff volunteer to work on the open house because we're so proud of what we do. And so that comes through. We have games and quizzes and hand-on experiments for kids. We have the plant tours. We feed everybody. And it's just really a wonderful event. which is, of course, September 19th this year, so make sure you mark your calendar. The main reason I'm so happy you're here, and we're so happy you're here, is we need you to be part of the solution. Would the sewer overflows affect all of us? We all have to help fix them. And so we're hoping that this becomes more of the dialogue that we need to have so that we can work together to fix the overflow problem. We need you to be green evangelists, to talk to your neighbors and friends about what they can do on the part of the system that they're in charge of, their homes and property, what they can do in talking to municipalities about meeting their challenges and their responsibility, and can help us carry forth a program that will meet the truly regional solution. So, I told you I'd tell you how you could get a hold of us to have any help you need. This is my direct line number. That's my direct email. Give me a call. We'll be happy to have somebody come out and speak with you. And now what I'd like to do is bring up the directors and we'll have a conversation.